Hey there, this is Ben at Buffoonery Incorporated. Let's chat about how I treat harvesting and creating magical items. So I like to create magical items, and I love it when my players want to create magical items. If the players are able to get their own materials for that, it should cut down the cost of making the magical items. So I put a priority on players harvesting parts from creatures. So let's chat about that. First thing, I get 95% of my harvested materials from thievesguild.cc. They have hundreds of creatures to look up that have all sorts of materials. If I'm creating a monster, I look up the matching creature types like aberrations, celestial, fiend, plant, elemental, monstrosity, and beast. And then I find one that has a similar CR level to the creature I'm creating. I then put that creature in the tag option, so that way I remember where I linked up those creatures together, and it makes pulling up the information in that website a little bit easier. Now when it comes to crafting, I try and have it make sense. To get elemental damage on a weapon, the material should come from that type of elemental creature. Fire elemental parts for fire-based weapons. If they want to make cloaks or clothes or leather armor, I gave them hunting contracts for a Empyrean or a Celestial, and then there's hair that they was able to harvest, and that's a great magical thread. Trolls have regeneration powers, so their hearts and blood are great for creating amulets of health. The players have a bag of colding, and so that's pretty much a bag of holding but for harvested materials. They collect everything they can. When they come up for an idea for a magical item, they send it to me. I toy it over and come up with a couple of different options for them. If they don't have the materials, they can go and hunt them. Now, Apex is a big game hunters guild, and this is a good place to have contracts like this. The more rare the item that they want to make, the higher the CR creature is needed for it. Also, the more rare the item, the more harvested pieces are needed as well. The cost of crafting varies. 1/3 of the cost is the magic user to create the item. 2/3 of the cost is materials. So if the players have materials, then they only need to pay the magic user. I also tell them that if they double the amount that they are paying that magic user, they pretty much are just going to hire 2 magical users and cut the time needed in half. Now the time needed, common takes 1 week, uncommon takes 2 weeks, rare takes a month, very rare and legendary takes 2 months. And that's kind of the basics for how I do most of my crafting. Hope you like the ideas and they work for your campaign. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, grab your dice and let's get nerdy.